Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. I'm doing something totally different today. I'm going to do an organizational help to those that are interested in a different way of organizing your embossing folders. Now, I have a lot of embossing folders and I hang them on a Clip-It-All, and on two Clip-It-Alls actually. And if anybody knows that they're nice to have as far as hanging up and out of the way, but they are not good because you have to browse through them all to see which ones you have. And after I organized my craft room, it started to get annoying because I don't use them enough, and it's for that reason that I have to go to the Clip-It-Alls and weave through them, like a library cards, and see which one I like. So I have been watching a lot of videos, and I decided to incorporate 3 different videos I've seen to do mine with the products that I have. And I'm sure you can do, if yours works for you, that's great. But this Clip-It-All was not working for me. And I love, love, love embossing folders. And I do not use them as much as I would like. So in between my Christmas things and, housework and all the rest of it, I'm just coming up and I want to finish one project at a time. And today's project was to do my embossing folders. And why today, you ask? Well, why not? It's because I came to do a card to make a tape up, and I was trying to find this one embossing folder that I knew I had, but I was going through and then a couple of them fell off the Clip-It-All, and I had enough, so I said, okay, let's reorganize. Now, I have a lot of envelopes, all different sizes, as we all do. I always pick them up at the stationery store when I see them, and I saw that I had, let me stop right there. Here's my card, by the way, that I finished. I'm going to make this envelope today. There it is. I put a beautiful satin gray tone. It has a gray turquoise tone in this bow, and there's my shaker card here. I don't know if you can see it all fall in there. I'll put it at the top, and then you can see it as it falls. And then I put a gold braided rope with my glue gun around the stitching just to add some texture, and I think it came out well. And I'm going to do a card this afternoon for you, an envelope out of the vellum, and it is going to match up perfectly. When you put this into the vellum envelope, you will see this, another one on top. Okay, and then you open it up, and it has this beautiful, let me put it that way. This is what we traced with the gold pen onto vellum and put it down, and I think it came out really nice. It's the first time I didn't do 3 sides of my card, but it stands beautifully because it's nice and heavy, just the way I like my cards to be. I like them nice and heavy, and I love the shaker aspect of this card, and in real life you can see all of the shaky stuff in there. So there you have it, and I'm going to set that aside, and let's go on to our embossing, the way that I've decided to do mine. First of all, I picked out envelopes that would fit my embossing folders. I have 4 sizes of embossing folders. There's Cut-A-Bug, Sizzix, Stampin' Up!, which is made by Sizzix, I think, and I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to see here. And I have Tim Holtz Alteration dies, embossing folders. So I grabbed one of them, which is a Cut-A-Bug, and I put it this way, and it fit nicely in there. Now I have, let me just see here, this one. I just grabbed a ton of envelopes. See how nice they come out. I love these ones. I had done up earlier so that I could grab some if I needed some, but that doesn't help either. I want to have my embossing folder, so I don't have really an envelope that would fit it perfectly. Boy, that's pretty good. But anyway, I chose this one. I'm going to stick to it because I have a ton of these type, and I want them all to match. and it matches my larger ones. So I'm going to put this inside my envelope, right? Maybe. There we go. So it fits nicely this way. And the reason for this is, I'll just get it down there. There you go. The reason I want them in envelopes this way, I want to see the pattern on the outside, and I want to be able to grab them on the top. So I'll show you what I came up with. I set a stack, it's not all, but I set a stack of my embossing folders of the same size over here. Then right here, I cut them down to 4.5 to 5 3/4. That's the size that this Sizzix and Cuttlebug dies are. So I have my envelopes here, and then I grabbed my Tim Holtz tag die, this big one. And I think Stampin' Up! Makes one that has nice stitching on it. So you put down your clear plate, then this, and then you cut out. Let me just show you here. I'm using my my Vagabond because it's quicker. So my paper is 11 inches by 8 inches. It is that tag paper that I bought at the stationery store, and it's nice and thick. So I'm going to put it down at 4 1/4. Take that piece, and I want to run it like, you know, somewhat like clockwork, so it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a chore to do it. So I grabbed one, and then when I get a little ways through, then I go to 5 3/4 right here. And then I grab my Cuttlebug folder. I set this one inside. I set this beside me. I cut down another piece to 5 3/4. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 for these dies. I cut that off. And this one goes underneath like this. And I'm storing them over here. So I have one inside, one on the bottom. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So then I have a big pile here. I'm running, I keep the one that's inside, and I'm running the other one through my Vagabond on the tag die, and I'm setting them all like this so that I can do all of them in assembly line form. So you're going to have a pile of them like that, and this is how we're starting out. Get your envelope that fits. Cut your paper down to size. I have my paper on my left-hand side. And so I'm doing it to right down at 4 1/4. And you can just sit and do all your paper first, which I will do, you know, in a little pile that I figure would be good. And then go to 4 1/4 again. And then I have my garbage right beside me, so there's no mess. I can just throw it in the garbage, and then I just cut it off, grab my embossing folder, put this one inside, it fits perfectly. Okay, and then cut this to 5 3/4, like so. Throw it in the garbage right next to me, grab my embossing folder, put it underneath, and it's going to this side over here. So that whole concept is going to roll. Okay, this one is 5 3/4. Just remember what size you're cutting. So then you grab your folder, and I think this is going to work out really well for me. Okay, so then you have one inside, 5 3/4. Cut it off. Garbage is right beside you. This is underneath. Put it in your pile here, and then you can start. Let's pretend that, oh, I have this other piece. Let's do that. So you're cutting to 5 3/4. And then I have a box. Actually, if you go to the thrift stores, you know those acrylic boxes that they're buying You see them on Jennifer McGuire's site. There's a place that you can buy them. Well, I just go and get the fridge inserts for the crispers, and they have small fridges and large fridges, and I just buy them for 50 cents. The acrylic, they'll give them to you. They'll probably give them to you, seriously. And they fit, they have the nice pull-out drawer type thing, and they fit beautifully, and they cost they're next to nothing. It's cost efficient. So when you go to the thrift store next time, just go to where all of the fridges are damaged and see if you can buy the crispers. And it's pretty awesome. All right, so let's say we've got most of that done. And then I wanted to show you something. I have tons of these Sizzix envelopes. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with those from all of the embossing folders. Okay, so we're going to sit down now. Say, here's my pile that I have to cut through, right? So I'm going to grab this one, then I'm going to take this, put it on top, put my lid on, and then just run it through, like so. This becomes the bottom plate. Turn it over so that you can straighten this out. Don't always use it on the same side. Grab this, slide this over, and you're ready to do the next one. Okay, and then you have this one in this pile. So once you get all of this done and you're running, you know, at a pretty good speed and they're all finished and you end up with a pile like this, I'll show you what I'm doing. Plus you have these that I'm going to do in different size envelopes as well. So let's work with these now. So I'm finished all of them, let's suppose, and I will get done. It's not going to take a lot of time. You know, you could probably do 100 of them up in a couple hours. So I'm going to remove my die for just a second, my alterations tag die, and I am going to substitute it on tab 1 with this. Okay, we'll slide it in. Everybody hears my phone ring. And we're going to put this through. Whoop, I missed my, this should be on the bottom. Then this, and let's run that through. So I am going to do that with all of my embossing folders. So there I'm going to have one of them nicely embossed. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to set that aside. Then I'm going to take my tag, I'm going to place it in there, put my on tab 1 right here, lay that on there, put this through. And I'm going to do that with all of my, oh, I'm going to drop that. Just a second, don't fall. I'm going to do that with all of the, something had to fall. Okay, you need quite a bit of space to have that come out there. So now I have that, put that back on, slide this back in, like so. There we go. And now I have this, okay? You want all of them to be like this. You have that, your embossing folder, and your envelope. So take your envelope, slide your embossing folder in it, like so. Then I'm going to take this and fold it in half, like so. I'm going to take it, let's see. What did I decide? I can't remember what oh yeah, I decided to fold the flaps on the inside. I knew something was wrong. So I got my flap folded. I slide this in so it's easy access to get out my folder. This is going just like this so I can see it in the middle, so I can see on both sides what it is. You can name it on the other side if you like. And then I'm going to take my tiny attacher like this and attach that to here. 1, 2, and you can take your bone folder and make it nice and crisp like this, and then you slide this through, and then on here you can see that, but I want to cover this like that. So what I'm going to do with that is just some adhesive here. So I'm going to take this, one down the middle, one on each side like that. Whoop. And this is going to cover my, there we go, and there you have it. So let's get rid of this little piece right there. There we go. So now I can see, I can name it on the bottom what particular embossing folder it is, and this is going to go down into my crisper, and there you can put the name right here, which would be awesome if you have a tag, you know, to make a tag. I'm just gonna sit down and write them all out on a pretty tag and put it on the front, and then you're going to have the size it is on the back. You're going to be able to flip it with this, and isn't that an awesome idea? I thought it was. And because this is folded, the envelope, you just go right behind there, and there's your wonderful embossing folder. And then you can categorize them by putting something up here if you want. But this is what I'm doing today, and I thought I would share it. I think it's clean. They're all going to be matching envelopes, and then it's a crisper. You get some nice crisp embossing folders, all in order. So I hope you put that to mind, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on my sweet card. I will leave you with seeing that. I'm going to make some more Christmas cards yet. So there you have it. Thank you so much, and have yourself a blessed day as you do this. And it is a lot of fun. I look forward to finishing them, and my next video, it'll all be done in the crisper, and I will show you what it looks like. I'll put all the name tags on, and I think it'll be pretty sweet. So thank you for letting me join you in your craft room today, and this is only a little video, short video. Yay! Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.